You are now listening to Fourth Down Fiasco, Season 2.
Fires, Mike Sims, Walker, knocked down.
Oh my God! Davis is going to run it all the way back. Auburn's going to win the football game.
In trouble, he's going to be sacked. No, gets away. He runs, gets away again, goes to the 40, gets away again.
Jackson takes it himself. Look at him dart back and forth. Oh! He broke his ankles.
I have never seen this before in my life.
Still looking, firing, near corner. It's caught.
Denver, unbelievable.
And welcome to the Fourth Down Fiasco.
Hello and welcome to another episode of the Fourth Down Fiasco, your go-to podcast for all things football, brought to you by BetStamp. BetStamp is the sports bookie of all sports bookies because they keep all your favorite sports bookies all in one place just for you. You can check them out at signupexpert.com/fiasco. With me today, as always, are my co-hosts and contributors, Danny Weber, Tanner Vinsky. Hello, gentlemen. Happy post-Super Bowl Tuesday as we record this.
Yes, how are you doing? You always ask us how we're doing. How are you doing?
You know what? I appreciate that, Danny. Pretty good because I got to see the Patriots lose in real time, and I'm a grade A hater. I love to just hate watch things as a Cowboys fan, so it was a very satisfying hate watch. Bad Bunny killed it, loved it. Message about unity, beautiful set. I was kind of geeking out at the set because that's the type of weird shit that I notice. But yeah, it was a solid Super Bowl Sunday.
I didn't realize the trees were people until I saw a picture afterwards, and that I was like, that is funny because they set that thing up fast, and it makes sense because it was just people running out there.
And they just
literally just running.
The sugar bee people, yeah.
So yeah, no, I'm doing well, but
a lot of great messages for everybody who caught it as well for the Spanish speakers. Very anti-colonialism, very, very important. I don't want to get too much into it because I don't know if I'm like fully equipped to speak it, but just being, married into a family of Latin descent, I appreciate it to a degree, just seeing that on such a high scale because, my children aren't going to be white. So it's cool to see things where the representation matters and, that's the area we're moving and that's the platform that, other people are getting, last year with Kendrick Lamar and all the messages he had in his halftime. And, obviously you get the reaction on the other side, how upset everybody is about it because everybody can understand him when he's speaking in English and you don't see as much of that outrage when you see the Bad Bunny one, even though it was a lot more scathing in his commentary just because he's speaking in Spanish and Americans don't know Spanish for the most part. But it's good that platform exists and, it's good that is around for people. And obviously I'm not saying in a very eloquent manner and I'm not trying to go too deep into it, but I know it meant a lot for my wife and her family. And it was cool to, know that we're moving at least in that direction, despite all of the bad news that's typically going around these days.
Yeah, no, a lot of my Latino friends definitely I could tell that the vibes had shifted on Monday. And there was just what I appreciated about his performance was it was resistance, but it was resistance through joy, resistance through love, resistance
for celebration
through celebration.
Unity.
Yeah, it was very beautiful. So, all right, Tanner, randomly, are your kids gonna learn Spanish? Hopefully, right?
Yeah, they will.
Okay.
I don't speak Spanish fluently. I will never say I speak Spanish fluently, but I do understand it pretty well. It's just in the nature of my whole wife's family speaks Spanish when they're together. They're not speaking English. And, eventually it starts as Spanglish and then it just completely devolves into straight Spanish, where not even trying to, keep it going just because it's more natural for them. They're all ESL, English is their second language. So absolutely. I understand it enough that when we have kids, I'm just going to learn it with my kids and I might always still struggle and I might not feel super comfortable speaking it, but I at least can pick up on it. And I want to make sure my kids, speak it because honestly, just knowing a second language is just so much of an advantage in life. It's just so useful. Especially with, and I would hate to alienate them from their grandparents who, don't speak. I mean, like my mother-in-law, she speaks like English fluently, and my father-in-law definitely is very close, but he doesn't speak English fluently. So I would hate to like have the disconnect there with kids growing up, not being able to communicate with some of their family and the extended family, especially the ones that are back in Mexico. They don't speak any English, So if they ever see them or interact with them, if they only know English, they're not going to be able to interact. And honestly, I've always wanted to learn Spanish. Like I've been learning it most of my life and know a good amount. So it's just an excuse for me to lock in and stop having the excuse of not knowing it.
Fair. I like that. Daniel, any comments about the show, the game?
It was a pretty boring game.
Yeah, it was. We'll talk more in depth about it at the end of the show, but it was a boring game. But hey, shout out Sam Darnold.
And everyone, that's who we all thought would win the first Super Bowl out of the 2018 quarterback class.
And that's what I said when we watched that draft class together. I'm just going to pretend that's exactly what I said.
Man, him and Josh Rosen head to head for years.
Oh man,
dude, do you remember when, I don't know if we were super close with Jamie about that, but I remember her being, or like we were super close with Jamie when that draft class happened. Yeah. But I remember we at least were talking to her and her bitching about how they took the wrong Josh. Like she was saying, oh, the Bills should have taken Josh Rosen. And that's just, I always think about it every time I think of that draft class. But hey, Sam Darnold exercised a lot of demons for my hate talking about him. I'm a massive Sam Darnold shit talker. I always thought like he was a detrimental player just about how turnover prone he was and all the mistakes he's made in the past. And I didn't think he was going to be able to work past it. And, obviously it doesn't really matter to Sam Darnold that he proved me wrong, but I'm glad to see Sam Darnold like, yeah, this guy is a franchise quarterback. He's a capable guy, and he exercised his demons. And I'm very excited for Sam Darnold to keep doing it. I hope like this is just the future for him, and he's can solidify himself as a top 10 QB.
Yeah, I was gonna say, God, imagine he goes on a run and wins like 4 rings with the Seahawks or some shit like that.
That'd be wild. I don't know if I necessarily want it because I don't necessarily hate the Seahawks. But man, like if you let the Seahawks fans have too much good things, I mean, God, they are an obnoxious fan base. Like,
but boy, do they get loud.
They do.
I don't know. The AT&T Stadium be a little quiet sometimes, so I always respect rowdy fans.
Loud stadiums, yeah. No, I get it. It's just there's a personal thing where we beat the Seahawks in one Super Bowl, and to this day, it's always it was rigged, and it's just like. Yeah. Come on, guys, So there's obviously a little bit of animosity there still, but it was not enough to make me not root for them against the Patriots. Fuck Boston. Like, thank God they got that. And also, fuck Stephon Diggs, dude. Thank God he didn't get his happy ending, and he's probably going to prison,
Well, a group of people who are currently not going to prison but are having to deal with legal issues. Right, Daniel? That was a great segue.
I don't know if we're really allowed to talk about that.
Oh, Danny, you can't tell me that. So
allegedly.
I'm going to have to edit this episode, huh?
Yeah.
No, allegedly. No, it's completely just like. They're allegedly, we don't know anything.
I'm just gonna get it together. I'm just gonna edit the damn episode. We're just gonna keep going.
Just put a whole bleep for like a solid minute, or bleep just bleep what you said and just keep the rest of this in.
Allegedly.
God, because I don't think Danny and I actually said it. I don't think we said what happened. We just.
That would actually be really funny.
Yeah, just bleep what Jordan said.
The EFA bleep.
You know what? Screw it. That's going to be fun. All right. Yes, ladies and gentlemen, you heard it here, folks.
Allegedly. The EFA.
Allegedly. And you don't know the rest. But we are transitioning now to the European Football Alliance as well as the AFLE. Let's talk about the AFLE because we know what we can talk about with the AFLE because it's currently live.
Whatever we want.
Branding looks great. Website is quite nice. We were going through it.
Yeah. good job on the website. Looks very nice. Couple tweaks, but it's fine. I'm picky when it comes to design stuff. So,
but hey, the website runs quickly. I mean, it's easy to navigate. Their hyperlinks work. I mean, this is more than the ELF's website did.
Yeah,
ELF's website last year was a mess. Like that shit did not work. So.
And even in their career pages, they have franchise opportunities. Join your the League Europe franchises as a volunteer or helper. It gives you links for all that. Ooh, that's funny. This morning, Vienna and Paris both allowed to had a get involved button. Now both of them are grayed out. Interesting.
Maybe they had too many signups.
Yeah, but they currently have no job openings yet. But one thing I really like, and it's an interesting idea. I was talking about it before the episode. They're calling it the LCC, or the Live Content Creator. And it's basically a job positioning for any photographer, videographer, editor, motion design, content creators, writers, reporters, storytellers they even have. But it's basically you submit your portfolio, and if they think you could make quality content for the league, they'll pay you for it. Will you actually get paid? Who knows? Because we know some people who have yet to get paid from the ELF.
Yes, we do.
But I think the idea is really.
Yes,
it's a good idea.
Yeah, if they actually do follow through with paying people, that's nice.
No, yeah,
got to give them their flowers on that one.
Yeah,
because I mean, like the euro. Hey, the euro is a stronger currency than the dollar, so the fact that it's 25 euros, it's pretty nice.
Might have to cook.
Pretty nice.
It's like 50,000 a year or something.
Well, think about like Marcus and all the FDM interviewers that just went to the game on their own dime. It's like now it says feature and interview writers. It's like in-game reporters. They could just get paid to be there now. And like if the league has the money to do it, that's great for everyone involved.
Yeah. I mean, that really empowers I wouldn't say cheap marketing, but in terms of like communication strategy, that's really smart, because then that way you got people who are excited, especially if you are paying them, that are going to be very excited to push out your content constantly.
Yeah. And it's so, like, if you're doing it for an interview, like a reporter at a game, it's $100 a game.
Yeah. I'd do some shit like that.
Yeah.
Easy.
Sign me up.
We have to stop talking shit about the AFLE before we can sign up, though.
Hey, we've said this to them multiple times.
Stuff now, so like
the game plan's coming together. We were skeptical,
but they did say some remote stuff, I believe. Yeah, this is a part-time opportunity to cover the AFLE events in the assigned city or remotely, reporting back to the live content team. So does that allow FDF to get some action?
Again, we got to stop talking shit about them first. I don't know if we are going to be the first hire that they make.
I don't think we ever made Maxi mad. And if he's in charge of content, I don't know.
I don't know, man. My article got over 1,000 reads.
Yeah.
Yeah. I called them children in that article.
Everyone was behaving like children.
Fair.
People still are, and we'll still be adamant about it.
I'm just saying we may not be the first choice. I don't think they're going to discriminate us for our freedom of speech that we have here in the States, and that doesn't apply to them. But I don't think we're going to be the first ones.
No,
I think FDM. I think that crew will probably be the first that they extend a hand out to.
That's very true. No,
they also, they deserve it. They push out way more content than we do. My goodness.
No, yeah, they're covered. They also have more people than us.
Yeah,
they have a lot of people on their social media account. We have us,
sure,
and a team of graphic designers. When I was putting together their website, I was like, dude, how many graphic designers you got? I was like, we have one.
I'm so glad to be over that phase at work with designing websites.
Yeah.
But yeah, overall, I think the website looks really good from a functionality standpoint. It is quick, has just the slight little bit of animation to like keep it alive. Like it's not just like a very stagnant page. And again, it's a clean design. It's going to age well. Like this is a website that you can have around 4 or 5 years from now. As long as you make some little tweaks here and there, it'll be fine.
No, yeah. And it looks like they have their stats engine in progress. It says validating game feeds and data integrity, building leaderboards and per game breakdowns. Track every play. The ELF did not allow us to do that. So hopefully one of the two leagues does.
Yes.
But while we're on the AFLE, they now have 6 teams. The Paris team finally was announced.
And listen.
The Paris Lights.
Yeah. Look.
Yeah. You could have went with a lot, and you went with lights.
Because like when I think about, and see, this is just me hating on the French. I apologize to all of our French listeners because I just be talking shit all the time.
Here's why we like the AFLE. Here's why we don't. When I think of Paris, I think of like the city of love. I think of, the amazing cuisine, right? Like, think of those kinds of things. Or even like, I think about the catacombs too, of like, you could have done something with like, skeletons or zombies. I don't know. But like, that's not the first city that I think of when I think of lights, like bright lights. Yeah, no. I understand the Paris lights that twinkle every night.
But and also having a sun in your like logo when, correct me if I'm wrong, I don't believe that they are statistically known for their sunshine.
Paris is called the City of Light. It's the original City of Light.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's a city. Well, it's a city of lights because it has like such the icon, like the Eiffel Tower is fully lit up. It has like such an iconic skyline. Like I get what they're going for, right? Like because I think it's I don't know French, but I know like Lumiere is like associated with Paris a lot.
Villa Lumiere.
Yeah.
Okay.
So I don't know any French, so I can't really get too into that. That's like a language I literally know like 0 words for. But
they were the pioneers in the early 19th century for gas street lights. Nicknamed the City of Light.
Yep.
Interesting.
So I get what they're going for. But again, you're using I think I heard you mentioning a little bit that they're using a sun in the logo, kind of awkward because it's not a very like bright city, like it's a little gloomy, even if they're trying to go for like the city lights thing. I just think there's like a better way to go about it. And there's just so much that Paris is known for that it's like, okay, we're going for like the most basic understand. Like, because the thing is like any person that really like has heard of Paris or knows it's like cultural significance knows it as the City of Lights, right? Or the City of Light. So it's like you're kind of just taking somebody with like a rudimentary geography understanding or geopolitical understanding and being like, this is the logo for this team, where like there's so much you could do for it. And also the logo just doesn't look very good.
And if you look at it like quickly, the lights coming off the top of the Eiffel Tower, like sideways, it almost kind of looks like a substation, like an electrical current instead of a light.
Mm-hmm.
In my opinion. Because like you have the little compass light, but then right off the top, they have the lights shooting out, which is the light from the Eiffel Tower. I guess
the background's definitely a sun, right? Like, I mean, that's
that is a sun for sure.
Well, let me see, someone
fireball of some sort, but
someone in a chat, they said it is whatever this is.
Is like the crest, like the city crest.
Nilfgaardian Empire coat. Empire of Nilfgaard. Nilfgaard. That's what someone said it looks like.
How do you spell it?
From The Witcher, from a game.
I was gonna say that doesn't sound French to me.
No, but can't tell me that it. Doesn't look like the background of that logo.
I do see it. For those of y'all listening, it's literally just a sun. It is just
holy shit! It's actually like the exact same, almost. That is so funny. I've never played this game, so I don't know. I've heard.
Yeah, Tanner, I'm with you. I think that's my problem. Is like, I was ignorant and didn't know it was called City of Lights, but still, when I think of Paris, and I think when most people think of Paris, first things that come to mind: Eiffel Tower, the food, things like that.
Yeah, you call them the Bear Spaghettis, dude.
Dude, honestly, I'd buy a jersey.
Honestly, if they were the Paris Baguettes, I'd buy one too. But truly, though, like there's something that you could have done that could have attributed a little bit more to that. I also think of like racing, because racing's big there. Like,
well, my issue with it is it doesn't look like a sports logo. I think that's like my main issue with it, right? It doesn't look like a logo for like a professional team. It looks like, I don't know. It looks more like a logo for like some sort of like Paris associated company, right?
Well,
like
we said the same thing when Nordic came out.
Logo, Say again.
When Nordic came out, we said the same thing. Their wave thing, we called it an IT company.
They changed it a little bit, right?
Nope, they have not changed their logo. It is still that little wave.
Yeah, but
it has grown. It works now. Like, so like as soon as Nordic came out, we're like, this is kind of dumb.
And I still kind of agree. I still don't love the logo for Nordic. I like it more than Paris. I'll tell you that.
No, yeah, it's 1,000 times better than Paris. But like to be able to integrate their same logo on their helmet with the wave and everything, it works.
It works.
Like,
yeah.
I understand the vision behind the Storm logo, and it's grown on me over the last year. Hopefully, Paris will do the same. I don't know.
I don't think Paris's logo is going to grow on me.
They better have a really good secondary logo.
Well, I think their color scheme is going to be awesome because it's
I love the black and yellow.
Yeah. It's going to be black and
black or navy. That's black. Yeah.
Right. I mean, I'm a little
if you click on it, it'll take you to a background.
It's Black History Month. I know what that looks like. Thanks.
Go ahead. Or what were you going to say? You were trying to say something for a while, Jordan.
Oh, I was just going to say I could see a world where Paris's logo grows on me. I don't see a world where Alpine's grows on me because
no. But I was just about to bring up Alpine.
Yeah,
I think you're going in the same direction.
Yeah, Danny did some sleuthing.
I'm in a chat and people were talking about AI logos when the Paris Lights logo came out and just because AI is everywhere now.
I could see a world where someone actually designed Paris's.
No, yeah, it's a nice simple mirror effect. You'd be fine. Yeah.
Yeah, I think someone actually did.
Everything's AI nowadays. You guys yelled at me for wanting to do AI in our design the other day.
We sure did.
That was for one thing, though. It wasn't the whole thing. But
never.
Someone said, within my 3 free Chat GPT prompts to create images in a day, they almost perfectly, and if not better, recreated the Alpine Rams logo. So if you're watching on Spotify, you will see it. If not, go to Spotify and find it. But the top one is what ChatGPT made in 3 attempts. The bottom one is the official Alpine Rams logo. So
pretty similar.
Yeah.
It's pretty close.
And also just like the way in which like they like the points and the direction of the points at the like different edges of how it's drawn. It's like a very similar artistic style and it's not convincing. I will say, they're going to be navy and gold, it looks like, which I like that color setup as well. I think that we're going to have a really good set of colors coming out of the AFLE this
year. Of gold.
A lot of gold, but I'm also thinking, Ryan also has
5 of the 6 teams are gold/yellow.
Interesting. It's really just Vroslav and they're silver. Poor guys.
So you got
Berlin's
gold and white and black, maroon, gold and white, yellow, white, purple, navy, white, yellow, black, white, yellow.
Oh, okay. Vienna's is yellow. Theirs isn't.
It's yellow.
Yeah. But yeah, that is a lot of yellow to gold tones. I didn't really realize that.
And the AFLE logo is yellow, like gold. It's also like navy.
Yeah,
and
God damn it! I can't unsee.
It's the same color as Ryan Fire. Shocking. What color? Now that we're talking about colors, what colors do we have in the EFA?
Ooh.
There's more diversity in the EFA to an extent. There's still a lot of dark, but you got Nordic.
What you got against dark?
What?
Huh? What you got against dark?
Nothing. I'm just saying there's a lot of dark. Time out.
Flag on the play. No, I'm kidding. You're good. You're good.
You got Nordic, which is the light blue and dark blue. Paris, which is red, white, and blue, because Paris. You got Prague, which is that red and silver.
Mm-hmm.
Galaxy, which is the orange, purple, and black.
Oh, God, I love the Galaxy's colors.
Yeah. Munich, which is that gradient teal blue color.
Yeah.
And black. Then you got Madrid, who got the yellow, red, and white. And then the Raiders, which are gray and black.
Yeah. See, what I hope comes out of all of this is, after today, I am at least seeing a bit of the AFLE vision. It was kind of hard to see it for a little bit. I'm at least seeing a little bit of the vision now. And it would be great, honestly, if both leagues were able to work out, because then the following year, maybe they can just sit down and be like, hey, this is stupid. Like, let's just merge the fucking leagues and make a fuck ton of money. But
no, we even heard rumors the other day that a couple AFLE teams are trying to jump, and one team is kind of holding them hostage. And if anyone wants to come prove us wrong, let us know. Come on the show.
But I wonder what team that is, Daniel.
I know.
Hey, my team doesn't even exist anymore. So.
Yeah. And you're wearing the shirt.
I am wearing the shirt because
RIP Barcelona.
Barcelona.
Hey, maybe the AFLE will bring Barcelona back.
You know what? I would stop talking shit about the AFLE.
All right. You know how to get Jordan on your side, guys.
That's how you get me on your side. Revive Barcelona and make sure that they're good. Like
Barcelona. But hopping back to Paris for a second, do we think Paris is going to be able to steal any good homegrowns from the Musketeers?
Well, no, I don't think so. I mean, right now, by far the biggest name in European American football that's based out of France is Magic, and so they're going to go wherever the best player in Paris is going to go.
And I think we have experience on the Mr. Fiasco of like putting Paris players on the Fiasco list. The Musketeers are a pretty tight knit group. Like I think those guys are ride or die for each other, which I love. I love that they're in that position. Mm-hmm. But I don't think they're going to want to kind of swap and go to a different city if they can all come together and play on the Musketeers. And I think the Musketeers have a pretty good reputation in Paris. So,
well, they have like the Paris Football Federation on their back or whatever that's called. Don't quote me on that one. They have the Saints on their side now, like the New Orleans Saints. It's like they have the foundation. They have the short history of the Paris team.
Isn't Jack Del Rio's returning too, right?
Jack Del Rio is returning. They have the Super Bowl winning coach.
Bro, it's raps, bro. I'm sorry.
And it's like the Musketeers already struggled last year finding a stadium. Mm-hmm. Now there's two football teams trying to fight for a stadium inside the city of Paris. People got annoyed because the Musketeers had to go 45 minutes outside the city. You can't share a stadium. It's not going to work.
Yeah.
So
this isn't like the Jets and the Giants situation where it's the same league, different conferences. Like these are two leagues that are very much at each other's throats.
Yeah.
Like these guys do not like each other.
No. But it's like, I don't think with Edwards returning and the history that he has in Paris with all his buddies and homegrowns, a phone call from Magic Zach Edwards would probably convince me to stay with the Musketeers than joining the Lights.
Yeah. And also, again, bringing back Del Rio. That's a fun pairing. I didn't know Del Rio was coming back. Yeah. I thought he was done.
We need to get him on the pod. His son is done. His son went back to the States.
That's what I saw. Okay. I was like, I saw something where one of the Del Rios was leaving, but it was his son. Okay.
We need to get Del Rio on. And Zach. What made him come back? I don't know.
I mean, it sounded like originally he
was going CFL or trying.
Oh, yeah. He did try out for that. I just know that he had some personal stuff. So,
yeah. But I think they said that was good before the season even started last year or at the very beginning of the season. Because I remember him posting a video about it. or something.
Yeah, but by that point they had already gotten Henderson, and that would have been messy and unnecessary.
Yeah, a great stopgap quarterback, because I don't think even with Edwards they weren't going to do anything more than what they did last year.
I agree.
Oh no.
I mean, who was their first playoff matchup again?
Was it Vienna again? Or
Yeah,
did they even make the playoffs?
No. They missed the playoff. Fuck, I shouldn't remember this, but sorry, I will.
They didn't make the playoffs because it was Madrid, Stuttgart, Rhein, Nordic.
That's right. And they lost close ones to Madrid, I believe. Which is
they went 7-5.
They were the first team out.
Yeah.
Because Prague missed
too.
Yeah, Prague missed as well.
Because I think the wild cards went to Madrid and Rhein.
Yeah.
I am curious as to how the playoff setup is going to look for both of these leagues, since one has 6 and one has 7.
I think if I was in charge, this is what I would do. You guys can tell me I'm an idiot anyways. With the AFLE, you're taking the top 4.
Sure.
Semifinals straight to the finals, no buys. EFA, almost the same thing. Take the top 5. Number 1 seed gets the bye. Have 2 wildcard games.
I like that.
That's what I would say. Leave 2 teams out. Sorry, you suck.
Yeah.
So Paris was 1 game out. Their last game, they lost 29-35 to Vienna. That's why that one felt like a playoff game. I don't know. Maybe with Zach, they get one more win. They sneak in the playoffs, but still, if they would have taken Madrid's spot, they would have had to play Stuttgart in the first round, So they wouldn't have made it. They wouldn't have made it much further,
That defense was something different.
Yep.
Especially during that playoff run last year. That defense was disgusting. That defense looked like Seattle's defense. It was crazy.
Seattle's defense. Sorry,
team was so good.
Update
So sad
on
and dead.
the EFA front.
Oh, breaking news.
Not breaking news, but marketing side.
Okay.
One of our buddies might not have to retire. We'll find out in a couple weeks.
Oh. Wait.
From sports, football in general.
Okay. Can you text me?
Yeah. It might be. Was it in this chat? Are you in this chat? You were not in this one. But one of our buddies, he's trying to find a job. He might get a job. Might not get a job. But I'll let you guys know afterwards. But what else do we have on the AFLE?
I think that was pretty much it.
Yeah. I heard rumors the Monaco team is currently on pause.
Of course it is, because that shit was never happening.
Yeah, I don't know why, but also homegrown territories, they now have 3 teams fighting over the same small. If Monaco happens, they'll have the same 3 teams fighting over southern France.
Awesome.
Because Switzerland also gets southeast France, and then France gets all of France, or Paris gets all of France.
Interesting.
So that'll be interesting. And then the UK team, no one knows anything about at all.
I do think that there will come a day where the E tag will have to be dropped, and that'll be okay, because then we'll get to a point where it's just like, hey, look, Vienna is the place to be, or Paris is the place to be. I'm gonna go play for them, but it's still gonna be like all really talented Euro guys. It'll be fine.
No, yeah,
it'll be like a Real Madrid type of situation,
Give it a couple years and let us just have a free reign at any player when teams get a little more financially secure. I'm down.
Yeah. Because I do think that does limit markets and, also how good a team can be and stuff like that,
This is probably a really hot take, but there's a wide receiver for Vienna. He's a homegrown. Emil Eckerstoffer. I forget his last name. I golfed with him, but he is like a wide receiver 5 in Vienna, just because last year they had
so many.
Every wide receiver is a wide receiver 1 in Vienna.
Yeah,
but he didn't want to leave or something. Like it wasn't worth him to like go play somewhere else on a tag or even as a homegrown in Tyrol, because he's like, I would make more money staying here. So it's like, I want to go see him actually play somewhere as a starter, because when he did play, he's a baller. But hot take, maybe I'm wrong.
I don't know. I think a cool way that maybe they could start moving it is there isn't tags, but there's a max amount of roster spots that have to be homegrowns. And I think that could be interesting for teams.
Half your roster, maybe?
Yeah, like half your roster has to be from your home country, and the other half, you can fucking throw as many E's and A's and whatever's on there. I'm sure maybe some.
I feel like you'd still have to limit A's because
limit A's a little bit, but I think what we said, like you just remove the E, E's entirely. And then you just have a few Americans, and you have half your roster has to be homegrown. I think that could be a good way to still have there be a lot of homegrown talent on your team, but make it a little less restrictive for roster construction.
Yeah,
or you need to have like a starter at each position be a homegrown. That could be another interesting way to do it. But to be fair, maybe people would manipulate that, because if you're a smaller country and you have to have one offensive lineman be a homegrown, teams might just like play around that and be like, yeah, we're going to use one of our A imports on a D tackle because their center's Swiss,
Sure.
And then that could maybe create a toxic environment if you do it that way. But I don't know.
But so
not my job to figure out. They can find a way to make it work,
The AFLE, their game day roster is 50 players. So if you go 4 homegrowns, then cut that in half and just kind of at least 50% of the remaining team be homegrowns, I'd do it. That'd be pretty dope.
I think it'd help. I really do.
But that's a few years out.
Yeah. Any last AFLE, EFA news, Danny? I guess Tanner, you keep up with that group chat more than I do.
Well, EFA, they announced their league, like officially. They have their contenders. They announced their league. Schedule is coming end of this week, next week, maybe.
So we're allowed to talk about that, though.
Yeah, they posted.
I think that's what they said. So.
I mean, they posted on Instagram, right?
Just making sure. I didn't want to have to bleep anything else out.
No more beeps. Yeah. I have the timestamp in case you need it too.
Yes, thank you.
Yeah, brutal.
But yeah, we'll hear more next week with our special guest. If anyone can guess who our special guest is.
Yeah, because I know we can't tell you that.
I mean, we could, but it's more fun to hide it.
Yeah.
We like to air out dirty laundry, not, who our guests are on the show. That's what we prefer to do around these ones.
We do dissect contracts on this podcast.
But we can't
to the dismay of a lot of people.
Our next 2 episodes should be pretty good.
Alleged contracts.
Alleged. That we did not get. But so EFA announced 7 teams, 12 games, 14-week schedule, so exact as the ELF, 2 bye weeks. And then they did not disclose playoffs, so that's why we are hypothesizing what the playoffs could look like. Mm-hmm. But with this 7 teams, this is a scary league.
Oh yeah, it's gonna be a bloodbath.
Who is the worst? Like you got Jadrian Clark in Nordic, Edwards in Paris, Henderson in Prague, Tabor in Munich. Who's the UCLA guy going to Madrid? The Raiders signed their quarterback as well. Now we're just waiting for the Galaxy. They should have signed Wang when they had the chance, but
yeah.
But it's like, who? This is going to be.
Hey, I mean, Henderson hasn't signed with anybody, right?
What?
Henderson hasn't signed with anybody, right?
Henderson's with Prague.
Oh, you did say that. My bad.
Like these quarterbacks.
Yeah, that makes Prague a lot better.
Yeah, Madrid is not a QB yet, right?
For like the top quarterbacks, like besides like if you took out Holmes, Hennessy's retired, but it's like Clark, Edwards, Henderson, and Tabor were really good quarterbacks.
Yeah,
and that's over half the league.
Yeah, And then you're tossing in Zach Edwards.
Yeah, but way, way, way too early top rankings. Who do you guys got? I mean, we know some quarterbacks, just like we kind of know how teams structure though, and kind of how teams play to an extent. But it's like your wish list of how 1 through 7 what happened, because there's going to be no easy game. Nordic's not going to walk into Helvetic knowing they're going to put up 60 points this week.
You want my who I think is, or who
Tanner, your ideal 1 through 7.
I mean, my ideal's different than who I think is going to be the best, because we know who my number one ideal is. But yeah, it's going to be Madrid, and then I don't give a fuck what happens to everybody else.
If you had to pick your final standings right now.
Spoken like a real fan.
Mm-hmm.
Hell yeah.
I mean, yeah. Unfortunately, I would hope that it's Madrid 1 and then everybody else, but I don't think that's the way it's going to go down, because, I mean, Madrid doesn't have their QB signed yet, right? We still don't know.
No, they do. It's some Garbers from UCLA.
Oh, that's right. I heard about that. I don't know. It seems like Madrid might be kind of on a rebuild year this year. There's a lot of roster turnover. So I could see them kind of have a down year this year, and then hopefully that's going to lead to revving up next year. Obviously, we'll see. We're hoping for you said how many games? 12 games, 12-0 season, perfect playoff run is what I'm going to be hammering home for. But if I had to take a just guess on who I think is going to be the best team, I mean, Munich was young last year. They came really close to winning it all. They looked super competitive. They're getting a little bit more experience going into this year. I think Nordic's going to be favored by a lot of people. And I was saying Nordic, didn't have the pieces together because they were, there wasn't enough chemistry between everybody just as a new franchise coming into things. So you would expect year 2, they're going to take that leap and they're going to go there. I just think the leap for Munich's going to be a little bit bigger into year 2 than Nordic's leap into year 2 with their guys. So I'm going to take Munich at 1, and then I would take Nordic at 2. After that, I think it's just so hard to say past that. I'm hoping with the Paris guys gelling. I think Paris is a sleeper dark horse pick. You get Zach Edwards back, who has played phenomenally in Europe. So I think I'd probably then go Paris 3, and then we can do. And then after that, I really have a hard time picking between the last 4. I think Tyrol might be the worst, just off the top of my head, if they don't pull anybody from Vienna. If they start pulling people from Vienna out of the AFLE, I think Tyrol's going to jump all the way up to 1 or 2. But in my head, I'm going to put Tyrol at 7, and then the mess in the middle between Frankfurt, Prague, Madrid. I don't really want to rank them. I kind of want to wait and see.
That's fine, yeah.
Final rosters.
Do you know that Mr. Hat Trick and Championship game went to Munich, Lewis Geyer?
I did know about that, actually. I did hear a little bit about that.
You mentioned that.
Which I think is going to help with Munich.
Oh, yeah, especially with their A. If they bring back Malik Stanley and Geyer.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. And I think my ranking is that top 3 is probably the exact same top 3 that I would have in that order. Munich, we're on Tabor time right now. It is Tabor time right now. I think just the continuity, especially their defense was really good last year. And they were really good at winning ugly games, and we've talked about that plenty on this show, that is one of those things you can never quantify, but if you know how to win ugly games, you are a problem. And they won a lot of ugly games last year, especially on that playoff run, and I think that goes a long way. And but yeah, I would probably – they're 1A, and then the Nordic Storm would be 1B, just because when you got – we'll see how good Glenn is coming back. It might be that he has to ramp up a little bit. But if he's 90% of who Glenn Tunga is with Jadrian Clark and that experience and the trees that they have at offensive line.
Their offensive line is going to be so good this year.
They're just that, especially offensively, they're just disgusting. And you bring back Bo. That team is just so good. With
Tunga, it's going to be a wild offense. But
yes, yeah. we'll see. They did, their kryptonite kind of last year was that defense needed some improvements. They were more of a middle of the road defense. They need an elite defense, I think, to compete. And I think that's the difference. Is I feel like Munich's is a little bit more, has a little more oomph to it. And then I'd probably put Paris 3. Just the continuity. Those guys seem to be real ride or die as long as they don't lose any guys to the Paris Lights, which I don't think that they will. Having Jack Del Rio and Zach Edwards together, that's
gonna be good,
dude. That's a problem. Even if their defense is complete garbage, that in and of itself is such a problem.
Yeah.
That I can't see them being lower than 3. They may not be 1 or 2. I think that the 1 and 2 have a better overall team, but I think that duo of Edwards and Del Rio is a problem.
Yeah. No, I'm going to contradict you guys on the top. Just 'cause.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. I think if Tunga comes back to beat Tunga, I think it'll be very hard, even with the middle of the road defense, to beat Nordic.
Sure.
Or to continuously beat Nordic, I should say. Because, like we said, this league is going to be anyone's game. And Nordic had a lot of injuries last year. The middle linebacker was out all year. They lost their safety. Parkinson missed games. So it's like, if everyone stays healthy, I think the Storm defense could have been really good last year.
Mm-hmm. True. Yeah. They did have a lot of injuries.
Yeah. But so I'd go Storm, Munich, Paris as my top 3. So the only difference in the top 3 is we're switching our 1 and 2s. But I do like Madrid over Prague because I don't know how Prague's defense is going to do because Madrid stole the offense or defensive rookie of the year last year in Arthur Kingdom. So Madrid's defense should be better. Their offense will be questionable just because we don't know. They lost Sinet and Cruikshank. Who knows?
Yeah, you lost the 2 guys that were probably 1 and 2 as MVP.
Yeah. And then the wide receiver they signed just last week is now going to the CFL. So now they're on the hunt again for another wide receiver.
Oh, that sucks.
Brutal.
Yeah. What also sucks about that is that tells me that he would have been really good.
Oh, he would have been the second coming of Cruikshank because he looked very similar to him.
That tells me
Madrid scouting's doing well, though. All right.
Yeah, they are.
Scouting in Madrid. So I'm excited. I believe his name is Garbers. I didn't look it up. I could be messing it up. But whoever the UCLA kid is, I
Ethan
think
Garbers, right? Isn't that his name?
And so was he just not drafted, or what is his story?
I just think he wasn't drafted or something.
He took over after DTR at UCLA, and because DTR played at UCLA for like 6 fucking years or whatever. Yeah. I mean, Danny and we would watch Pac-12 After Dark and see fucking DTR playing in our freshman year of college, and DTR was like drafted by the Browns like 2 years ago. Like that's how long that motherfucker was in college. So Ethan Garbers took over after him. Yeah, I believe. And he was pretty good at UCLA. I don't think he was anything fantastic. I don't think he was even looked at as a draft option. He might have transferred somewhere his freshman year. I don't know if he was somewhere else. But what's it called? I mean, he played in UCLA, who plays a lot of good teams. He beat out, like, I think they beat Oregon once when they had Dante Moore like 2 years ago or last year or something like that. Yeah. So that's always cool to see. So I'm hoping they'll go well. It's somebody I actually recognize, and I don't watch a whole lot of college football, so that's pretty cool for me,
No, yeah, and we've seen it translate a majority of the time. If you're good over here, you're going to be pretty decent over there.
Yeah. Very true.
Obviously, Talia did not translate.
That was a wild
Talia thing was a different thing, And also Talia played at Maryland, which,
That's true, yeah.
Maryland isn't as good as UCLA. And not to, like, overhype UCLA. UCLA hasn't been good for a while. But, UCLA at least, like, they have a chance to upset people. Maryland,
They touch the rankings. They be in the rankings.
Yeah, they're in the conversation. They just never make it fully to the dance.
Yeah.
Apparently, he was on the practice squad for the Panthers. So
that makes sense.
Well, if we learned anything from his predecessor. Yeah. If we learned anything from his predecessor, it's that hey, if you get even just a touch of NFL experience, you are a problem. So
yes. Because what is it? Only like 0.01% of football players make it to the NFL, even on the practice squad. So
yeah. So
well, he's my guy now. So ride or die until he gets booed. Either he fucking wins it all for Madrid or gets kicked out of town. But
whenever he puts up MVP numbers and then gets a bid from the CFL and then gets poached.
Yeah, that could also happen too.
Because that's the way of the world these days.
Or the UFL, as in Cruikshank.
Yeah.
Fucking shout out Cruikshank, dude. What a baller.
Dude should ball. Also, shout out Flo Beer Bomber getting drafted by the Louisville Kings.
I know, that was cool.
That was cool.
Yeah.
I was like, I know that guy. Well, not know him, but I know of that guy.
It gives us a little bit more of an excuse to kind of take care about UFL because we can see our guys like kind of move up. We're like, hell yeah. Like, yeah, I was watching Flo Beer Bomber in Europe. I was doing that. Like,
yeah. We need to hop on their pods and be like, y'all weren't outside like we were outside.
Bro, Flo's been doing it for years.
I think if Cruikshank keeps playing, I think Cruikshank's going to make it in the NFL one day. I don't know how far he's going to go in the NFL, but I think he's going to sniff a roster at some point. So
he could be a dirty slot somewhere.
Oh yeah.
A dirty slot.
Dude,
I don't know where that came from.
Yeah, that's a fucking wild thing to say, my friend.
Dirty slot receiver somewhere.
It's the pause, dude.
Woo!
Dude, get Cruikshank in Pittsburgh, man. I mean, we fucking need it, just anybody.
You had him in Pittsburgh.
That's true. We did.
I'm still on dirty slot right now. That's
get him back.
Dirty Danny Weber, baby. Yeah. Oh no, Diddy Weber. That's
turn off the show. Turn it down.
See ya.
That's it.
Thanks so much for listening, everybody. This has been Dirty Danny Diddy Weber, Titty Tannervinsky, and Jiggling Jordan Pryor saying we will talk to y'all next week.
I thought you called yourself a gigolo. I was like, what the fuck are we doing? Hugs and kisses.
Well, I like school, and I like football, and I'm gonna keep doing them both because they make me feel good.